when we are preparing for UPSC Civil Services examination, first thing should be clear in your mind that initially we are preparing only for preliminary examination. Keep in mind, there are mains examination, there is interview, or that we are calling personality test, but at time we have to focus clearly on preliminary examination. See, now you are aware that there are more than 8 lakh or 9 lakh applicants, and only 10 to 14,000 they are eligible for mains examination. So this is very cutthroat competition, and therefore we have to first focus entirely on preliminary examination. Now for that purpose, you are aware that there are two papers, that paper 1, that is general study, and paper 2, that is we are calling as aptitude test. So first thing that we should focus on general study first, because general is difficult word. When we are talking of general, that means I have to be prepared for each and everything, from science side, from commerce side, from art side, everything. And for that purpose, tremendous reading is required. And so we should start early preparation by focusing on GS or general study. Now here some classes I am recommending you that you must join some of the classes. Say it is simple thing that we can carry out exercise at your home, body exercise. But if you are joining out gym, then there will be regularity in that exercise. The same thing is here, that if you are joining out class, any coaching class, then there will be regularity in your study. And for that purpose, I am not saying that it is necessary, but it is comparatively easier that you can join out any class. Now second thing, reading. Here we have to first focus on academics. You have to read NCERT books from usually 8th standard to 12th standard. Whatever the topics are listed, from that topic we have to go through this NCERT books. That is the most authentic one. But these books are not only sufficient. Apart from that, various publications are there. For example, McGraw-Hill publication, they are giving you certain manuals. Pearson publication is there, Spectrum publication is there. So like that, various publications are there. So you can check out. I am not advertising here of that publication, but I am giving you just name that you can check out the suitable book for you and start out reading from that book. So first part that we have to focus on NCERT books. Second part that we are focusing on this type of manual. Say Tata McGraw-Hill manual is there, Pearson is there, Spectrum is there. So like that, from any manual you are going to prepare first part. But that is also not only sufficient again. And so you have to go through reference books. Say for example, if I am talking of history, then in case of history, we have to discuss in detail. Then I am suggesting you one of the important author, that is R.C. Muzumdar. His different volumes are there. Ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history, modern Indian history. So like that, various parts. Now we have combining book also. So anyway, but you have to refer out that book. Not only reading, but whatever the photographs are there, you have to go through that photographs also. Say one nice question was there in UPSC examination, that Chola Empire or Chola Empire that was there in South India. During that Chola Empire, how many hands were there for Nataraj idol? Now, if you observe Nataraj idol, we are having idea that many hands are there. My personal opinion is that 2 hands are there, but they are showing different positions. But here question is clearly asked, how many hands were there for Nataraj idol that was there during Chola Empire? And if you are referring out R.C. Muzumdar's book, then there is photograph of that Nataraj idol in that book. So suppose you are observing that photograph, then it is obvious that you can keep in mind that photograph. You can just close your eyes, try to recollect that idol in front of you. You will observe that there are 4 hands. The photograph is showing Nataraja idol as 4 hands, so you can answer immediately. So like that, the questions are there. So when we are carrying out reading, you should not focus only on reading, but apart from that, whatever the books are there, whatever the photographs are there given in that book, so you have to refer out that also. Another important book I must suggest you, that is Swatantraveer Savarkar. He is giving you fantastic book. Author is Swatantraveer Savarkar. Book is very fantastic. In English, this book is translated as 6 Glorious Epoch in Indian History. I am revising the name, 6 Glorious Epoch in Indian History. This is very nice book. Obviously on net it is available. You can visit the site, that is savarkarsmarak.com. I am revising, savarkarsmarak.com. On this site, this book is available for free download. So this book is also very, very important. It will give you guidance or idea that the way Indian history is. Whereas in R.C. Mujumdar's book, particularly they are giving you details. Here the thinking. So that is the difference. Anyway, now this is about first part, that we have to focus on reading, that is for paper 1. Now second part, I must tell you how to read. I am revising, how to read. Various concepts are there. What is my concept? I must believe whatever my concepts are there, may be possible these concepts are suitable for me. You can try it for yourself. I am reading out book. Any book is there, I will read. But at that time, I will not try to keep everything in my mind. Just I will go on reading. In that case, I will prefer the speed of reading. What is my idea? That I should finish out book on usually 1 minute per page. That speed, 1 page per minute. That speed I must maintain. I am focusing on my reading speed rather than what is the content of that book and keeping out my names in my mind. Instead of that, I will just go on reading. I am not trying to keep anything in my mind. This is my first reading. This way I will go on reading and I will finish out the book. This will give me general idea of the book and certain concepts obviously. The second, after 4-5 days finishing out that book, I will again reopen and start out reading this book. Again, I don't have any burden that I should remember that all names in my mind. So I will just go on reading, and now this time it will be more familiar for me, that book. Certain words I will be more familiar, and so I should start out the second reading slowly and steadily. I will able to understand the subject in depth. After finishing out this type of second reading, I will not open that book for at least another 15 days. Let my brain digest that. I don't know how biologically and medically it happens, but it happens something. Now third time I will open out that book and start out reading. It will look that everything is familiar for me, and the words as well as certain incidents, they are more and more familiar slowly. This is my third reading, that will be ultimate reading. Try this method. You will get, I am giving you not guarantee but assurance somewhat that you will get success. If this technique is fruitful, then you can implement this technique in all other sides. At least this technique is fruitful for me. Third reading is sufficient for me, not first or second reading. There are certain people, they have very high grasping power and they can finish out in first reading also, so no problem. But I am giving for common man or common people. So this type of technique you can implement for reading of GH. Now in case of science, you have to by heart certain data. There is no other alternative. And we have habit that okay, I will by heart this data afterward. No. Try to by heart data as early as possible. Particularly I will suggest when we are reading out, at that time only we have to by heart certain data. While by hearting data, we have to apply logic also, because many times whatever data is given in book, it is not necessarily perfect. May be possible some decimal here and there, like that problems you may find out in certain books. I am not taking names, but at that time you will get idea that okay, this should be the reading and this is not. The third thing after studying out GS, that your analytical mind should work out. What is that? I have to tell. First thing, that whatever the data we are accumulating in our brain, while free time we have to think and try to analyze. Let us check out. I am teaching you the gravitational force. Gravitational force is of only attractive in nature. There is no repulsive gravitational force. But in space science, we are discussing Big Bang theory, and from that theory we are saying that universe is expanding, or it is based on the fact that universe is expanding. If all bodies are attracting each other because of gravitational force, then why universe is expanding? We have to find out the answer. So this is, I am saying, what analysis is there. In history book, I am reading out Shah Jahan was very, very intelligent, as well as he was very kind, he was fond of art and architecture and all that. I am aware. But at the same time, I am reading out that after finishing out construction of Taj Mahal, he cut out hands of the workers and architects. Why? For the reason that they should not construct another Taj Mahal. Can I say this is symbol of what we are saying, that kindness, fond of art and architecture? So this way we have to just check out whatever data is given and whatever the things they are given, they are matching or not matching. So this way we can check out the analytical mind, and every time what we are reading, try to analyze in mind. When we are having free time, don't open out your mobile and some social sites and observe that. Instead of that, try to think. Thinking will make us more perfect. Even if you are traveling, then also please keep in mind that study should be more and more practical. Suppose I am there from Mumbai and I am traveling to Delhi by train. Then what is my first task? That I have to check whether I am going from Mumbai to Delhi by Central Railway or Western Railway. Then Google Earth is fantastic software. You can go through Google Earth, where to check what are the stations in between that, the rivers we are crossing, mountain ranges we are crossing, and like that we have to observe on Google Earth first, and then if possible practically. I will suggest you, if you are carrying out long journey by train, then please don't book out AC compartment. Instead of that, travel by non-AC compartment. Why? It will give you more and more knowledge about climate, weather, all conditions. If you are traveling through AC compartment, then you are not getting that what is the temperature changes. Say for example, I am traveling from Mumbai to Pune. While I am climbing up Sahyadri mountain, suddenly there is temperature change. Initially I am having from Mumbai, I am having very high temperature. But the moment a peak point is there, temperature start decreasing out. And at top of hill, most of you are familiar, the station that is Khandala. There we are getting sudden fall in temperature, and while traveling reverse way from Pune to Mumbai, I am getting reverse action. And that's why what is my suggestion, that travel usually through non-AC train or non-AC bus. That will give you more and more concept about weather, climate and all that. Not only this type of reference book reading as well as analysis is important. Apart from that, you have to read various newspapers, particularly the editorial part of that newspaper we have to read, so that our thinking capacity as well as knowledge is getting a different height. And that's why it is recommended that you should read different newspapers. I'm not taking name of any newspaper, but you have to select which is the right newspaper for your study. Usually minimum 3-4 different newspapers you have to read, particularly editorial part of that you have to go through it. So this is second part. Now third part, that only reading is not sufficient. Apart from that reading, the implementation of knowledge, that means actual question answers, they are important. And so it is highly recommended that after finishing out a particular topic, first thing, observe certain questions. Now my first recommendation is there, that official government site, that is upsc.gov.in. I am revising the name, upsc.gov.in. On this website you will get data, that previous year's question papers are there. So select that previous year's question papers, and also answer keys are given. That means you will get idea the way they are asking you questions. Now no doubt for prelim examination questions are only objective style, but the style of questions may vary from year to year, and so we have to prepare for maximum types of questions. And so it is highly recommended that you have to purchase out certain books. They are giving you idea about previous year's question paper. So like that you can go through different books, then you will get idea the way they are asking you questions. Now third thing, a test series. Say, now this is everything from your choice. Now we are going to answer questions from examiner's choice, and for that purpose you have to go through certain test series also. We have to make time practice, that whether in given time, that is in 2 hours, are you able to solve 100 questions or 80 questions, whatever the questions are there. Now here for UPSC, according to present syllabus, we have to solve 100 questions in 120 minutes. And so whether you are able to solve that or not, then certain questions, they are based on your general knowledge also. General study plus general knowledge. So this is about preparation for paper 1. Now in case of exam, individual cutoff marks are also there for paper 1 as well as for paper 2. They are declared time to time. That means suppose examination is there in 2020. Then in 2020, they will not declare immediately after prelim, but after finishing out entire procedure, that is results are declared, they are going to give you cutoff details. So usually 60% marks we have to target out. It depends year to year, but around 60% mark we have to target out. Now this is for paper 1. Now for paper 2. As I am saying that paper 1 is knowledge based, paper 2 is not only knowledge based, application based paper is there. There is no special study required for study of paper 2. For paper 1 it is required, for paper 2 it is not required. Say comprehension skills, they are giving you passages and we have to find out answer. So comprehension skill is important. Now here my suggestion is that for paper 2, rather than study, practice is important. Say if you are solving out different 100 passages of different subjects, then your study will be or practice will be more perfect. Say in case of cricket, let us check out that batsman is trying out different styles of ball. Say a spin ball, swing ball, fast ball, hard and bouncing pitch is there, then how it will bounce. If pitch is not bouncing, then the way ball will bounce. Like that, different way that batsman is going to study. But ultimately, after this practice, when he will be there on the crease in actual match, the paper will be something different. The same thing is here. We are making practice. Without practice, we are not able to solve paper 2. Keep in mind, there are only 80 questions we have to solve in 120 minutes. But for comprehension, usually 50% paper is based on comprehension. Usually word is important. So 50% paper is based on comprehension. So you have to practice out comprehension skill. And for that purpose, practice is important. Now, the way we can find out answers. Some certain answers we are using elimination method. In certain answer finding, we are going more and more what is given in the passage that we are going to study. And like that, various methods are there. Obviously, I am not able to say this in terms of abstract. For that purpose, we have to go through certain passages. Certain lectures are available on this YouTube. You can check out that the way we are focusing out and finding out the answer. Now this way, if you are practicing out around 100 passages, then comprehension skill practice is to the mark. I am not saying extraordinary, but at least you have to practice out different 100 passages. First, my recommendation is that go through that site upsc.gov.in. Find out previous year's question papers and then find out passages from that. Don't practice out passages of too hard level and too low level also. Say for example, if you are preparing for MBA entrance examination, then passages are of higher level. Here that high level is not required. Go through, that's why I am saying you that first go through upsc.gov.in. The examinations are there, examination papers are there. Go through that paper, whatever asked in UPSC, and then plan out your study accordingly. Now second part, that simple arithmetics is there. Certain websites are there where we are getting free stuff for this simple arithmetics. Apart from that, in different books also it is there. What is the thing? That we have to solve different sums. Go on solving. In case of simple arithmetics, what is my recommendation? That first try to put cross multiplication format. If you are making out cross multiplication format perfect in your mind, then you can solve many sums based on simple arithmetics. And therefore, my recommendation is that first fit out the simple, that cross multiplication format. Then obviously you can able to solve out various sums like simple interest and compound interest, share market, then train, pipes and boat stream, like that various sums are there. You can make practice. Say these simple arithmetic sums are very, very simple, but in exam they are consuming your time. If you are making some remedy in that time for solving this sum, then it is time consuming. So what is my suggestion? That first prepare out how to solve different types of sum. If you have that remedy, then immediately in exam paper you can solve out it fastly. Now third thing, data interpretation. Data interpretation is also requiring same time. That various graphs are there. Go through the graphs, go through the tables, make practice of pie chart also. And obviously the name is data interpretation, but it is many times associated with simple arithmetics part also. What is average? Then from average we can find out next thing, that percentage profit or percentage loss, like that. And so my recommendation is there that go through this part from certain sites. I am giving you name indiabix.com, indiabix.com. Fantastic free site is there. Go through this site. You will get clear-cut idea that the way we have to practice out data interpretation sums. After finishing out this, I am turning your attention to important topic, that is decision making and problem solving.